Hey guys, how you doing? It's me, Alan here at LFC Red Chat. You can go ahead and follow me on Twitter at LFC Red Chat, and also I'm on Facebook if you want to look me up there at LFC Red Chat as well. But you know, it's the break. I'm kind of bored. I've been trying to write a little bit more over the break and try and get a lot more articles out there, and so far they're doing pretty well. My article that I wrote that I did a video for, down below this one, the 5 things that Brendan Rodgers should be looking at, did pretty well. So you know, great. I also wrote another one. I've submitted it to whoever, and I'm going to see if it gets published or not. But I was looking at possible signings for us in January, something that would at least get us thinking about different players. I saw on Twitter today a very good list of players that are available for free transfer or pre-contracts in January, and it was a pretty good list. A lot more of the older sort of players, so I don't really think FSG would go for them too much, but you know, it's nice to dream. But anyway, the players I was thinking about wasn't too much on that list. I did have one that I thought would have been, we missed out on him in the summer. I don't know how much he would cost, but if you know, costing and the fact that he's only been there for a little while doesn't really matter. I would love to see him at Liverpool, and it was Kevin De Bruyne from Belgium. He was at Chelsea, he's now over there at Wolfsburg. He signed a permanent deal during the summertime. I don't know for how much, I didn't really look into that, but I looked at how much he was valued for in transfermarket.com. And you know, they have him valued at 20 million euros, which works out to about 16. If you can get him anywhere close to that, you know, you'd be doing a great deal. You're probably looking at close to like 22 million for him. I don't know, but I think he would be a very good creative midfielder for us. It's something we're lacking a little bit at the moment. We tried to fill that spot with Lallana and a couple other players, but I don't think it's really working. Now you're saying, you know, we've already invested 25 million or whatever it was for Lallana. Should we go out and spend another 25 million, 50 million on 2 players? I don't know. If we were dreaming here and things could just work out the way they could work out and money was no object, I would have him in the team. So that's basically what I'm saying in this video. Is just a couple of players I'm highlighting for who I would like to see in the team. If not now, a little bit further down the road. But there would be a couple. Another one isn't so much of a fairy tale dreamland sort of one, but it was Shaqiri over there at Bayern Munich. I know we were in for the Swiss international, or at least trying to be in for him before, during and after the World Cup. Never really materialised, but he is getting a bit frustrated now at Bayern Munich because he's not getting a lot of chances to go and play. So I think that, coupled with that it wouldn't cost too much, they've got over there at transfermarket.com, they've got him rated around about the same, 20 million euros, 16 million pounds. If you could get him anywhere in that bracket between 16 to 20, I think you're doing a good bit of business. And I think Liverpool spent a lot more and a lot less in the past. I think when you look at the striker situation, you can say, right, we need a striker, we need a centre forward, we need somebody in there. But then you look at it really, because you've got Balotelli under contract, you got Lambert or Origi will be there next summer, and you got Sturridge. So you already have 2 players that play the same, Lambert and Balotelli, then 2 other players that kind of play the same, Sturridge and Origi. So if you're bringing in Shaqiri, that's 5. No, if you're bringing in another centre forward, say, I don't know, a Huntelaar. I remember he was on the list. If you bring in, say, people were talking about Higuain, I don't know about that, if that's ever going to do, because he seems pretty settled at Napoli. If you bring in, there was another good one that was on that list today. Who was it? I tweeted it out if you could find it on my Twitter page. He was a good one as well. I've totally lost it. Totally lost who it was, but it was Huntelaar somewhere. If you go on my Twitter page, my feed, you'll find it somewhere in there. I was talking about it. But it was a really good one as well, and that you would go, yeah, I can see goals in that. But yeah, if that's the kind of person you're looking at, like a Huntelaar, then you got 5 players there, 3 that are going to play in the same sort of role. it's a little bit too much for me. You need to offload someone. And then you look at it, you've already picked up 3 in the summer. So who are you going to offload? You know, you could say Balotelli, but I don't know. I don't know if they would offload him. I don't know if they would give up on him that quick for a January transfer at least. So I'm looking at someone like Shaqiri. Someone that can play wide out in the right, someone that can cut in to the middle and become a centre forward, but a little bit more versatile where he can play throughout the pitch. So that's why I brought him up. Another one that I liked, I would say you could categorise if you want to go with De Bruyne was Dreamland, Shaqiri was a reality, and this one's a bargain basement buy. But with Virgil van Dijk up at Celtic in the Scottish Premier League at the moment, valued at about 4 million. Celtic would bite your hand off for 5 or 6. He's unsettled. He really wanted to move in the summertime because Celtic missed out in the Champions League. He doesn't want to be playing Ross Counties, you know, Motherwell, Inverness and stuff like that. He wants to be in with the big boys. He's on the fringes of the Dutch team, so close to almost going to the World Cup, and that would have been something for him, going from the Scottish Premier League to the World Cup and playing for Holland and stuff like that. But he is young, he's 23. All the boys I mentioned was 23, by the way. 23, real cheap he would be able for us to get him. He's someone that would be a good backup at the moment. Okay, I don't think he's the finished article, I don't think he's polished or anything like that. But I think he'd be a good backup with a long-term future at Liverpool. Someone that can, you know, command his area well, do the right things necessary. He's very good with the ball at his feet as well. Celtic also play out from the back like Liverpool tend to do. So that's something he's not coming into, you know, unaware of. He knows how to do that. And I think he would fit in pretty well as a backup potential replacement coming in and out the lineup, sub sort of thing like that. And for 5-6 million, you know, you're not taking a gamble on him. It's pocket change for Liverpool, really, when you're thinking about it. If you think Balotelli was cheap for 16 million, like everybody was saying at the start of the year, or the start of the season. So yeah, that was my 3 players that I came up with. You know, one was Dreamland, one was, you know, reality, and one was bargain basement. Really, players on all different kind of levels, different parts of the pitch and stuff like that. But Virgil van Dijk, I would really make a move for Virgil van Dijk. I think that would be a player that would really fit in. And think about it, we took Danny Wilson from Rangers for 5 million and he didn't work out at all. We just packed him up and sent him back up to Hearts. He's now playing for Hearts in the Championship up there in Scotland. So if we take Van Dijk for 6 or 7 million, he doesn't cut it, we just let him go. You know, it's only 6 or 7 million. It's amazing to say, you know, it's only 6 to 7 million, but it is in footballing terms. It's not a lot of money at all for a centre back. If you think we spent close enough 40 million on Sacco and Lovren, you know, it's 6 million on a player that could do, you know, almost just as well, I feel, at least in the long term of it. But you know, there we go. So that's a couple of players. I think, looking at the squad, if we were to get any more players in, I think it might start to get a little bit bloated in areas, especially across the midfield. We have a lot of midfielders on the books if you think about it. You got try and get a new deal for Suso. So you got Suso just across the midfield. Suso, Sterling, Coutinho, Lallana, Gerrard, Henderson, Lucas, Markovic. What's that? It's 8 players across the midfield, and you've got more that I didn't even get to there. Emre Can. So that's 9. Could almost count Rossiter. So that'd be 10. You need to 10 players for about 4 spaces, 4 to 5 spaces on there. It's a lot. So I don't know who you would get rid of that. especially that you brought most of them in the summertime. You brought Markovic, Lallana in the summertime. Coutinho was January before, or 2 Januaries ago. Sterling, you're not going to get rid of him. Gerrard, you're probably going to offer a new contract to. Henderson's vice captain. Markovic, you just got. Lucas, you could maybe get rid of. To Napoli, he was talking about. So that's one. Rossiter, you're not going to get rid of because he's just coming up at the moment. Yeah, you're kind of bloated in midfield, so. And you're almost bloated up front. You're definitely bloated at the full-back position. You've got Andre Wisdom. You've got Johnson that you would probably offload, so there's one. But you've got Manquillo, Moreno, Flanagan. You've got 5 boys for 2 positions. So yeah, that's what I was thinking basically over the break, and it's kind of, you look at the squad and you go, I don't know. You know, how are all these boys going to fit? Because it's supposed to be a rotating squad. But to have a rotating squad like Chelsea does, and Chelsea does have a rotating squad, that you can just pluck players in and out. You know, Fabregas goes down in injury, Schuller goes in, you know. Costa goes out with injury, Remy goes in, Remy goes out, Drogba in. And you're not really changing the system, you're just plugging them in and taking them out, you know. Cahill comes out, that new Brazilian boy goes in, Terry comes out, they got the other, what's his name? Oh, it's a weird name. Plays number 5 for them, I don't know. But, you know, Cech, Courtois, you just put them in, place them, boom, boom, boom. And nothing really, you still look at the Chelsea team sheet and you go, oh, that's a team. I would probably say they're about the only one. Them and maybe Man City gets that you can plug players in, but you still need Aguero in Man City's team to score goals, because what's his name? Oh, it's late over here. Edin Dzeko. He doesn't, cut the mustard for me up there. Jovetic, he doesn't cut the mustard yet for me. You don't have the other boy, he's out on loan, so you can't really plug in and plug out. You've got too many so-so players out in the wings, Milner and stuff like that. You can't really do it all. But with Chelsea you can. Nope, my camera's falling. There we go. So that's what Liverpool's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to go, okay, Sterling out, Markovic in, but he's not having the time of it at the moment. Coutinho out, Lallana in, Lucas out, Gerrard in, but no, Gerrard has to play and stuff like that. Has to play. I don't think he has to play. I think that's a little bit that's holding Liverpool back at the moment, is that the people, or at least people at Liverpool say, he has to play. He's first name in the team sheet. I don't know if that's completely true at Chelsea. I think, Jose could easily go to Fabregas, like, Fabregas, you're not playing, you're not cutting the mustard at the moment. I'm going to put in Schuller and see what he does. I don't know if you can say that to Gerrard at the moment. I don't know if you can say that to Henderson at the moment. You're definitely not saying it to Skirtle and Lovren because of the way that it keeps on going on. So there's too many people in the Liverpool team with, guaranteed spots at the moment. But this video is running on a little bit, so I thank you if you're still with me so far. But yeah, the break gives you a lot of time to think about stuff. Twitter gets a little bit saturated with stuff coming up over and over again, and this and that. Funnily enough, the hashtag Rodgers Out Brigade is quieting down a little bit. It's funny that. I don't know why we've lost our last 2 games. But so it goes on at Liverpool. Keep going on. We're almost out of this. Scotland England's coming up. That'll be a good one. I don't know if either team's really up for it at the moment. I think it's probably Scotland beat Ireland there at the weekend, or on Friday. England won today or Saturday, depending on when you're watching this video. and you know, both of them, it looks as if both of the teams, it's a weird time to have a friendlies after a qualifier, because you're like, okay, job done, we've done what we had to do, we got our 3 points in our qualifier, then you let a friendly, can't really be fucked with it. But yeah, not really looking forward to it. Normally I would be right up for a Scotland-England game, but I just see it too much of an injury risk for either set. You know, the Liverpool boys and the England team, and the boys playing well for the Scotland team at the moment. But so is life, and it's just a money grab, isn't it? £60 a ticket, that's what it is. £60 a ticket for a friendly. Every year it was £70 a ticket. Unbelievable. It's a lot of money. A lot of money for a friendly. But yeah, that's about it. There's no real, you know, at the start of this break, you know, there's a lot of news about Suso. Not so much anymore. Balotelli's maybe picked up a hamstring injury. Some say it's not that severe. Some say it's a blessing in disguise. I don't like that. I don't think it's a blessing in disguise at all. I want to see Balotelli and Sturridge together. I don't know how fickle a fan you can be that you think that one of our players getting injured is a blessing in disguise, but so is some of the Liverpool fans. You get a lot of crazies out there sometimes. And I'm not saying you're crazy just because you think, you know, Balotelli's injury is a blessing in disguise. This is more of a general thing. You'll see people, you know, you'll have I see all the time. You'll have someone. I can't remember who it was, but we were talking about something. And, you know, I'm just asking him, you know, what was his opinion basically. You know, he said something. I was like, oh, why do you think that? Blah blah blah. And you get someone coming on, fucking this and fucking that. Couldn't play for fucking this and that. And you're like, what games are you watching? There's one page, and I won't say it on here because they do me alright by ways I put my video out there, but some of them you just think to yourself, have you ever watched a Liverpool game? Do you know the players you're talking about? There was one guy talking about Johnson, how Johnson was better than Moreno, and you're thinking about, okay, first of all, one of them's the left back and one of them's the right back. You then think to yourself, it was the first Chelsea goal he was talking about. And the balls came in and it's hitting off Mignolet and Moreno's kind of, you know, looking at them. Johnson barely in the play. And the guy's like, look at Johnson. I don't know why you tell us this guy's shit and stuff like that. Johnson, he's there hustling and doing this and doing that. And you're just like, come on. One fucking clip. Is that all you saw of the game? One clip. You can also look at Steven Gerrard in the line. He's not doing too much. Moved off the fucking line. Maybe one of them was offside. But then you look at him and you think, well, he's on the line just in case it comes over, hits off, and you know, well, that's got two goalkeepers in there or whatever. But you just see people just nuts sometimes for this. Crazies. Absolute crazy. So this is going to be my longest video. I'm kind of dragging it on just to see if anybody really likes a long video. Comments down below if you do. Comments down below if you don't. But if you don't, you're probably not watching at this point. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting my channel. I did a little tribute video to the winners of the FPAs. 3 Liverpool channels on, at Redman TV, at Anfield HQ96, and at _ the Liverbird. Go ahead, give them a follow. I'm sure if you're watching my channel, you're probably already subscribed to Redman TV. If you like to read articles written by fans of, you know, knowledge at least, make sure you go ahead and check out AnfieldHQ.com. And if you want, also go ahead and check out the blog. So the blog is solely hers, so it's only her that writes on it, I believe. And it's the Liverbird _ the Liverbird on Twitter. You can get all her website information there, and she does a really good job coming from a female perspective on the game, and she is very, very, very knowledgeable about it all, and very good. Okay guys, so have a good one. Stay safe out there over the break. I'm trying to do some videos, but there's just not enough content to really talk about. I'm a lot more active on Twitter, so if you want to give me a tweet, guys, go ahead and give me a tweet. I'll answer back to you. We can have a good conversation. If you're bored over this break, go ahead and hit me up, because I'm bored as well. Alright guys, have a good one. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you can. That'd be fantastic. Comments down below, like I said. Thumbs up, thumbs down if you liked or if you didn't. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for watching. I really do appreciate it. Okay, it's really heartfelt. I really do appreciate when I see views on my videos. It makes all this worthwhile. So have a good one, guys. We'll see you soon.